Alright, it's Jenna and I. We're at a site. Say hi, Jenna.
Hi.
Where are we at? We're at a site, a house site, aren't we? What are we looking for?
Pottery, glass, and marbles.
Alright. We've seen a piece of pottery. You want to go grab it? I'll pull up the fence. Alright. Right there. Go ahead, Jen.
Where?
Right out there, straight up. Oh, the fence is underneath. I see what you're saying. Alright. We'll have to find another way in. Want me to drop you in there?
Over there.
Here, stand up here and I'll pick you up.
No, Daddy, see that over there?
Where? Oh. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get that one. Right over here. Just walk around the grass. Right there. You want to get that other one over there on the other side? Yeah. All the way over. Remember that one? Hurry up before we get caught. Run, run, run. All the way over by the fence. You got a big piece over there we're going to get. Alright, come on back. Alright, we'll look for more over here.
What?
We'll look for more over here. Come on out, get on out. No, I mean, get on out of the fence and we'll look for it out here. Alright. Want to show them what you got so far? What you got so far, baby?
Just found this, that, and these.
Alright. We're still looking though, ain't we? We don't see any marbles yet. Don't see any oyster buttons. Or mother pearl, however you want to look at it.
See that little thing that kind of...
Yeah, an old pipe. Mainly this is an old, I think, early 1900s house site, but anything in this, we're near downtown Winchester. The downtown area is about 2 blocks that way. George Washington's headquarters is about a block that way. So anytime they dig, we look. There's old stuff down below. Probably about another foot or two below where they're digging right now is some good colonial stuff, but those are sites pinned off. Probably shouldn't be here, but there's no signs that I see for the moment. So we're gonna take a look see. Don't go down in the hole, just stay up there. Don't go over there, baby. Near the dozer. Alright. Well, what else did you get?
Got that.
Let me see. Show everybody. What's the newest piece?
Right there.
That's your newest one? Hold still so I can get a picture. Daddy walked right past it, didn't he? That's why-kneed eagle out here, right? Alright. I don't know if y'all can see this in this light, but as you can tell, back here, that dirt's pretty clay on the clay side and pretty much backfilled. But right here, you still see some bricks from a previous building or building. So it's kind of mixed. And Jen is taking a look, see. There's a piece there, Jen. Right behind you. Right back there. Yep.
No.
That's pottery.
That's not.
What is it?
That's just.
That's pottery. It's shining.
It's not.
It is. I say gold flakes. What is that? Gold. It's in the sand. Oh, glass in the sand. Quartz crystal.
Daddy, this is not pottery.
Alright, throw it down then if it's not. Alright. Little parting shot. We looked around a little bit. Not real hard. Probably shouldn't be in here, like I said. It's fenced out, but it's not posted, so. We gave her a look-see on the edges. A little muddy in the bottom. We got a big downpour yesterday. Mainly looks like I said, early 1920s to 50s, I think is when this house was built, somewhere in that time frame. And it got bulldozed probably about 10 years ago. Now they're gonna build an office space, so you can see up there there's some backfill at the front. But in the midst of this, that white stuff, probably some chimney residue, and there's some original dirt in here. There's a lot of backfill. Backfill in the front of the lot and backfill in the back. Just typical junk, brick, slate. It's broken glass, nothing. I don't see any bottles laying around, so we'll call it a day. We just took a look, see. This is all from Virginia. Alright, here's one for you. Here's a date. I don't know if it shows up. 1950. We're in Winchester. We're on Stewart, and I think it's Monmouth. Yeah, hang on a minute. You can see it there. Or maybe you can see it there. Where'd it go? Stewart, Monmouth. We're in Winchester, Virginia. There's a Monmouth Street sign there too. I had a friend tell me about these poles, and little, I guess they're called obelisks or something. This thing's about 3.5 foot high. We're clueless of what they were. Anybody have an idea? Let me know. This was dated 1950. Only thing I can see on it is 2 holes on this side and 2 holes on that side, like it might have had something attached to it at one time. I figured it was a survey marker or something, a town, some type of survey marker, but don't have a clue. Anybody have any ideas? Send me some feedback. Alright, Jenna and I were out and about in what? Only in a Jeep, man. Put the rag top on. It's my daughter. I got the rag top. It's a 95 Jeep Wrangler, red. It's like the typical Jeep Wrangler. A little bit of rust on the front fender, front left fender, but other than that, my clear coat's coming off on the hood. But other than that, this thing's pretty much all stock. I got it used. Had about 140,000 on it when I got it, but it's in pretty good shape. And I've had it for quite a few years. And we just threw the rag top on. We're out and about for a little ride. What music we listen to, Jenna? Who is it? What? Singing? Who's singing?
One Direction.
One Direction. All right. All right. This is all from Virginia. Plain and simple dash on 95. Center console I put in. Seat covers I put in. Of course, that was wore out. Speakers came with it. Desktop gear. It's a nice little Jeep, man. It'll climb a tree if you wanted to. So, taking a ride around. I'll see y'all. It's a beautiful part of town right here. Thought I'd give you a shot of this. This is Jenna's button. I'm not gonna lie, right there it is. Washington and Monmouth. Her button she found was right behind that little outbuilding over there. That's where we watch apple blossom every year. But I want to show you. It shows up in this house. There's some beautiful old houses down this street, and this one's always got my attention. It's got big old pillars and overhang, 2-story. This is an old house here. I would say early 1900s, but they added that sunroom on the, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but right over there about 5 or 6 years ago they added on that sunroom there. Beautiful house. We're in a beautiful section of town, nice shady trees, and a lot of fun. Alright. Alright, here's some inside information. If any of y'all know any history of Winchester, Jackson was stationed over the winter at a winter camp here, Stonewall Jackson, and what most people don't know is, what I'll show you in a minute, his headquarters is just up the hill up here where he's stationed for the winter. But this house here, which is just about a block and a half away from it, is where he and his wife resided, and most likely conceived their first child. Actually his only child, which was a daughter. And after they left Winchester, Jackson's wife pretty much knew she was pregnant, and wasn't long after that and he was lost his arm and ended up dying before they went to Gettysburg. But he did stay in Winchester, and here's the rest of the story. This is where he actually stayed and slept along with his wife, who came to town to join for the winter. I'll show you his camp, not his camp, but his headquarters here in a minute. Later. Alright, now we went just about a block, along with the cannon they got there now. I'm not sure about the cannon. Maybe one day I get to talk to Todd. I believe Todd Kern is a curator here, or actually he does some of the tours here. I think they're open on the weekends. I think they just started opening last week or about 2 weeks ago. But I think they have tours on the weekends. Not sure. I think during the week by invite. But this is Stonewall Jackson's headquarters. Yeah, the actual headquarters. There's the historical marker right there. Of course, you can't read it. Cannon up in the yard. Just an FYI. That's where Jackson's had to stay. And like I told you, just down the block, about a block away, is where him and his wife actually stayed. Everybody always said that this was his house. This wasn't his house. This is just his office. His house was down the block. From some inside information I got a couple years ago from a gentleman I bumped into. So there's a little sign, Stonewall Jackson's headquarters. And all right, this is the last stop for the day. This is George Washington's office and museum. Actually, this is Cork Street. That way, Braddock Street runs north-south. Cork Street runs east-west. Where I took you earlier to Jackson's headquarters is about 5 blocks on Braddock Street that way. All right, what I wanted to show you. This is a small little building, single story, if I remember, but I think there might be a foot underneath. But that little window right there, I don't know if you can see it. All right, that's about 6 foot from the walk. That little window there during the Third Battle of Winchester was used to put hospital litters through the window there, and they had an operating room right inside this room. And actually today on the floors you still have blood stains on the floors there. So this office is actually the early 1700s, but it was used all the way. It's still here today, and it was used during the Civil War as a field hospital. And literally they carried him up to this room right here, slid him in the doorway, and they were operating right there in that room. Most likely amputations. It's a cool little place. This monument marks a trail taken to the army of General Braddock, on which left Alexandria April 9th, 1755, dedicated to the western frontier against the French and Indians. Erected by a Society of Colonial Dames of America in the United States, in the states of Virginia, May 27th, 1915. So this is probably a French and Indian cannon. I take it as being authentic. It's hard to tell about some of these things. I mean, most of these old guns have been plugged. They wouldn't sell them unless they were plugged. And as you can tell, the condition of that steel on that thing, you'll never find a marking on it, most likely. Looks like somebody's playing a little shit, I forget what they call it. Time and chives and mint. Little bench. But this is the office, and actually the office was constructed to house the well, let me read the sign. While constructing Fort Loudon, which is up there near Jackson's headquarters over about a block east, it's a fairly large fort, and it's going to be set up for the Indian defense of the town. It's on a rising hill there on the north end of town. They were using this office while they're building the fort, supposedly. George Washington, our president. And neat little yard. There's been some people doing some stuff here. Here's another little cannon. Don't know the story of this one either. This town has several cannons, but I don't know the authenticity of most of these. There's some markings. Selma. If that's real, that's a Selma Arsenal. That's a CS Arsenal. Double prime. So that gun was originally probably, this was closed off and they opened second primer hole. That was rare. That means that gun had some wear on it, and that caused issues when they did that. But it was done if they had cracks or stuff and had igniting problems. Pretty rare to have a double hull. Usually one was plugged. I don't know how they plugged them, but they plugged one and opened up another one. This thing looks like it actually might have had a third to try to do a third. So there's some weird stuff going on there. I have no idea, but I can make out a little bit of this. Looks like Selma, Salome. I can't make it all out. What's to say, these guns are so old and rusty, been outdoors too much for the make out markings. And little bronze statue, George Washington, the surveyor, when he did his surveying stuff. And In March of 1748, George Washington, at age 16, arrived in Winchester, then called Fredericktown. During the next 4 years, he worked as a surveyor to the colonial Virginia frontier. Like I said, he worked some on Fort Loudon. And if you go through, actually the road we were on earlier, Braddock, up on this end, there's a couple markings there where he actually owned some property that was surveyed by him as well. So that's it. Jen is impatient. She wants to go to park and go creek stomping for some pottery. So I gotta get out of here. Cute little place. A lot of historic stuff here in Winchester. Thought I'd share it with you. There's my little gremlin. She's ready to go. She wants to go stomp in the creek, so it's time to go. Later.